Welcome back. I hope you are feeling awesome. As a part of this video, we'll understand what is data warehouse. Warehouse. When I say warehouse, are you thinking about a big building where multiple products are stacked? No, we are not talking about that. We are talking about a data warehouse. But before we venture into that, at a high level, what is data? Data is nothing but a raw facts and figures. But we need something to store the data, right? We have seen we do have multiple RDBMS systems which are very much used to store the data, like Oracle, MySQL, PostgreSQL, multiple RDBMS systems are there. And as a part of our previous video, we understood that the same systems will not be able to store the large amount of data to take strategic decisions. So this is an operational system. These RDBMS systems are for transactional processing. If I want to use the RDBMS systems for analytical processing, will not be able to do so for the large amount of data. That is where data warehouse comes into picture. So what is data warehouse? At a high level, data warehouse is a large store of the data. You will have a large store of the data. That data is accumulated from wide range of sources, and those sources are within the company. Sometimes we may get the data from outside as well. But why are we doing all this circus? To guide management decisions. So data warehouse, in a simple layman's term, is a large store of data accumulated from wide range of sources within a company used to guide management decisions. Please bear that in mind. We always build the data warehouse to support the management decisions, to guide the management decisions. Data warehouse is very important. Let us understand the data warehouse from other definition. One other important definition is a data warehouse is a subject oriented, integrated, time variant, non-volatile collection of the data used to support the management decisions. That is the data warehouse. Let us dissect this definition and understand bit more. When I say subject oriented, what am I talking here? We understood RDBMS systems are used for the transactional process. Or if you look at any applications, applications are used to support the operational systems. So in most of the industry, data sets are organized around individual applications to support particular operational systems. So these individual data sets have to provide the data for the specific applications to perform specific functions efficiently. On the contrary, in data warehouse is stored by subjects, not by applications. But what are these subjects? What are these business subjects? These subjects are critical for enterprise. For example, in terms of operational applications, let us say we have a operational applications. So we can say order processing and consumer loans, customer billing, accounts payable. All these are operation systems. On the other hand, data warehouse subjects are sales. It can be a product, right? So these are the data warehouse subjects. I hope you got the point. Data warehouse is built around the subjects rather than the organization's current processes. Like the subjects can be a sales or a product rather than operations like order processing or consumer loan, etc. Second important thing is data warehouse is integrated. So when you want to take the decisions, you got to get the data from multiple sources. As a part of the data warehouse, we do get the data from heterogeneous sources. When I say heterogeneous, like we may get a data from database, we may get a data from application, we may get a data from files. Within databases or RDBMS systems, we may get a data from MySQL or Oracle. Within applications, it can be order processing systems, it can be consumer loans, it may be claims processing systems. In files, we may get data from JSON or a CSV file. Like this, we get the data from heterogeneous sources and integrate them and store that in a data warehouse. Data warehouse is time variant. If you look at the operation system, you got to store the current value of the data. For example, banking system, you got to store the current value. What is the balance of a particular customer? Otherwise, if he's trying to withdraw more amount, then it is a problem. So operational systems always need to store the current value. But data warehouse is not meant for the transactional processing. Data warehouse is meant for decision making. It is meant for analysis and decision making. So that is the reason we store the data from last few months, last few years. Here in data warehouse, we will find historical snapshot of the operational data. That way, you can analyze the past, relate the information to the present, and enable the forecast of the future. Right? That is the time variant nature of the data in data warehouse. And the last one is data in data warehouse is non-volatile. When it comes to the transactional processing, there may be a chance that every second the data may get updated. But that is not the case in data warehouse. It is relatively non-volatile as compared to the operational systems or transactional systems. Wonderful. Just to conclude, data warehouse is a subject-oriented, integrated, time-variant, non-volatile collection of the data used to support management decision-making processes. When I say management decision-making processes, what am I talking here? Some of the decision-making processes like how do you retain the present customer base? How do we increase the customer base by 15% over the next 5 years? How can we gain the market share by 10% in the next 2 years? How do we improve the product quality levels in the top 5 product groups? So for all these kinds of decisions, you need to have a subject oriented, integrated, time variant, non-volatile data stored in data warehouse. Awesome. We learned what is data warehouse as a part of this video. Thank you.